we have the piece disassembled. Let's go over the bike first without the rider on top. So this is a Forge World conversion kit that you can get for standard Space Marine bikes. And the front wheel and the back, both of the tires were pinned and glued in place at this canted angle. And I wanted the miniature to look like he was coming to a turning stop, putting his leg down and going to make a turn. Maybe he was navigating like a combat or something like that. We put some filigree along this one side, as well as a little script there so the painter can add whatever title he wants. A Roman numeral 3 for 3rd Legion. And the reason that we didn't add anything on this side is I wanted the duality of the Emperor's Children to be prevalent. So we have the same theme continuing on the miniature as well. The actual rider has filigree only on his one side. Okay, so that plays to the duality, the nature of the Emperor's Children kind of theme there. On the miniature himself, there was a lot of work done to this piece. Forge World resin casts are hit and miss. This one was pretty good, but their proportions and their sculpts are pretty undersized. Their scaling is not terribly good. So there was a few things that needed to be fixed. And then the repositioning was pretty significant. The right arm itself was completely sculpted from wire. The hand here was the only thing that was used. The left arm, the joint, had to be sculpted as well. The knee back here had to be sculpted as well and rebuilt, as well as the hip joint. So all of that is green stuff and wire. On the leg, you can see some details, such as a little single wing for Emperor's Children. Some more filigree on the knee, a little eagle with a jewel, just a little bit of detail. The cape itself was the was the aspect of this sculpt that took the longest. It's supposed to look like it's tucked under the front here, and then comes up and over the shoulder, and then it also, instead of being tucked into the other shoulder, is tucked back under the backpack and into the shoulder again. So the cloth had to look like it was being pulled here by the wind, folding in on itself. Turned out really well. I'm very pleased with it. The getting everything test fit and in place was particularly difficult since he had to be seated. I didn't want him glued in, but for everything to sit right, he had to be fixed in place with some blue tack, and just kind of a lot of juggling multiple parts at once. But it turned out really well. I'm very happy. There are 2 heads in this set. The first one is a basic bear head, and this is just a Space Marine head, and he's got a long mohawk. And the second head, the masked head, the client and I spoke about what we wanted, and initially we were going to do a death mask, kind of like Blood Angel, which would have looked cool, but I think to add a little bit of a unique personality, we wanted something different. So we came up with the this, which is kind of a bird of prey, kind of mutant bird of prey. I took some inspiration from the Batman comic series, The Court of Owls, and hopefully that comes across in the design. It's fairly simple, sculpted on a Space Marine mask, but to get the details just right took a little bit of time, but not too bad. Overall, a very fun project. So here he is again in his assembled form, and the head heads will be left separate so that for ease of paint, and also the client can decide what pose he wants, whether he's looking back at someone he's fighting or maybe his head tucked forward, whichever he'd prefer. We'll leave that up to the client. And the body itself is also left disassembled and snaps into place. And then whichever head the client chooses will be easily glued in there as well. There you go. Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate it. If you like this stuff, like, share, subscribe, do all those things. And if you would like to learn to sculpt and assemble miniatures and kit bash and do all these things, then join us on Patreon. For $5 a month, we are doing tutorials. And you get two tutorials a month, as well as a discount on commissions and access to our Discord group, where you can ask any questions you would like, post your stuff, get early access to things. Patrons also get first dibs on any custom sculpts or anything that becomes available for purchase. Thanks so much.